Minerva watched as she walked to a compartment that led near the rear section of the ship. It was essentially an engineering compartment that had the fusion power core in place. Aguirre led Minerva to the spot she needed to be. There was a laser cutter tool that Aguirre plucked from a toolbox. She handed it over for Minerva. "Thank you," Minerva said as she took the laser tool and brought it near her lower right breast. She activated it as it immediately began to burn as she made a small incision into her synthetic skin. She made a clear 5-inch incision as she deactivated the tool. She then placed the tool back into the box as she used her finger to reach into her own body. Her fingers found the power cell as she gave a light tug. The power cell came freely as it was torn from her system. A minor system error appeared as she held the fusion cell firmly in her fingers. Aguirre could see the cell in front of her. There should be enough power to reactivate the shuttle and bring it back to the Tyson. Aguirre held out her gloved hand as she took the cell and walked over to the main generator. She undid a service hatch and reached her hands into the power systems. The cell was connected up to a wire that linked into the ship itself. Aguirre was doing her best as she spent a good minute moving the wiring around and jimmy-rigging the system until the blue light appeared from the entire frame. Power began to flow immediately into the shuttle. "There, Dulari! We got power! Stop the spin!" Aguirre yelled out to the pilot. Dulari was slow but responsive. She reached her hand to the controls and the thrusters began to fire. Slowly, the spinning cycle began to stop and the shuttle had stabilized itself. It was the greatest relief that the crew could show. One of the crew members even undid the straps and fell to the floor in sheer happiness and exhaustion. Another crew member was trying to avoid vomiting altogether. "Give yourself a minute," Dulari called out. "Allow yourself to adjust. I don't know how long that power cell will last. Don't worry about me. I still have time left in my suit." There was sheer fatigue in Dulari's voice. She looked like she could barely move, but she kept up with her job. She had the shuttle in a perfect parallel with the Tyson. It was close enough that she wouldn't have to do much. After a minute had passed, the crew and even Minerva had strapped themselves in. It was a simple procedure to bring the gray whale to the hangar deck. The moment the shuttle touched down onto the deck, the hangar bay doors began to close up. Dulari looked at the system and breathed a sigh of relief. She turned her head to look at the cat-like android that was Minerva. She gave the nod to her. "Thank you. Thank you," she tried to say to Minerva. Minerva displayed a large smile on her face. She had made herself a hero then and there, as the other crew members clapped their gloved hands. Some cheered the robotic-looking android. One gave her a thumbs up in appreciation. It was the first time an advanced AI went out of her way to truly help out other human beings.